Hey everybody, how's it going? For those of you that don't know me so well, my name's Nicholas, and I'm a bit of a thinker. That's what I'd like to say. Yeah, I'm a bit of a thinker. I like to think and ponder things, when I'm driving or when I'm walking or when I'm sitting at my local coffee shop having a coffee. Things that I like to think about would be in the area of theology, spirituality, also philosophy would come into that as well, and just stuff about daily life and sort of making that into some sort of concept that I can understand. So something that I think is very fundamental in life is how your brain processes ideas, and it's something that I wanted to share with you. The route that I'm going to share with you, or the route that I'm going to take, is a little bit theological or esoteric in nature, but it can be applied to almost anything that you have to think out. It's basically the process that your brain goes through when you're trying to come from something that you see or an idea that you have, and coming into understanding it, and then being able to make it into a workable theory, or that you totally believe in, that you are passionate about, and you believe wholeheartedly is true. So this could be anything from scientific theory to a philosophical theory, to something that you're learning that's more esoteric in nature, in terms of God or in terms of religion. But it really could be anything that you're learning for the first time, or something that a concept that you've come up on your own, an academic concept or something in that nature. And what it really is, it's a three-step process that your brain goes through, called Chochma, Bina, and Daat. Sorry, I just had to think a minute there. Chochma, Bina, and Daat. And what that stands for those of you that don't know, is wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Chochma is wisdom, Bina or Bina is understanding, and Daat or Daat is knowledge. It just depends on how you say it. Chochma, Bina, Daat. And it's actually a concept that comes from a branch of Judaism called Chabad. It's very mystical and esoteric, but this concept can be applied to anything in life, and that's what we were kind of discussing yesterday in a class that I go to. It's a new class that I go to every Tuesday night, and we weren't discussing it in sort of a theological or esoteric way. We're just talking about how people learn, and we were using Chochma, Bina, and Daat, wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, as a three-step process that people use in order to grasp information, or to come up with an idea or a concept, and to be able to fully work that into something that becomes a theory that you totally believe in and wholeheartedly. So I guess every day and everywhere, I guess for most people, especially at work, we get ideas or abstract thoughts. Some ideas quickly shape into what I would say would be a usable form, and others need more time excuse me, need more time to be fully translated into some sort of action, some sort of theory or some sort of action that you can use. It's sort of like we come up with an idea itself, or the way that we come up with an idea is worthy of much thought, investigation, and analysis. Some ideas seemingly appear from nowhere, just maybe a spark from the depths of our subconscious, or it's a flash from something that you've seen or heard. Others arise from studious thought and consideration, and evolution that sort of blends into construction and conduct. If we want to develop any idea that we have into a form that we or others can use, our mind must go through a three-step process. That's the one that I told you about, Chocma, Bina, and Daat. Okay, so I'm just going to explain to you what this three-step process is and how your brain goes through this three-step process in order for an idea or a flash of insight to become something that you wholeheartedly believe in and becomes a workable theory. So Chochma is what I would say was the initial flash or insight one associates with ideas as a spark. Initial ideas need to be developed and incorporated into the mind before they can become knowledge. Okay, so after that, your brain goes through the second process, which is called Bina. This is the gradual development and articulation of an idea or insight. It is the brain's way of refining or working out an idea. It answers the question, why is this a good idea? Can this idea be rationally explained? If it cannot be rationally explained, then you normally your process sort of ends. And you don't really get that knowledge that you can explain to others, or knowledge that you really wholeheartedly believe in and grasp and moving into a workable theory. So the third process would be Daat, which, as I said before, is very often translated as knowledge. But I really think it is more dealing with comprehension and emotion. So when an idea has developed fully in your mind beyond its initial flash or spark, and its truth or validity is actually worked out or decided upon in a form that can be comprehended by yourself and others, it becomes knowledge. That is true knowledge. So I'll repeat that again. It's basically dealing with Daat, I should say, is dealing with comprehension and emotion, where an idea has become so fully developed within your mind beyond its initial spark or flash, and has come into a form that you totally comprehend and that others possibly can comprehend. This becomes knowledge. Something that you can explain to others. You comprehend it well enough that you can explain it to others, and others then can comprehend it and essentially understand and hopefully believe in. Daat, or Daat, is also the bridge between the intellect and emotion. This is where the idea goes from an abstract thought towards an emotional feeling. And this feeling is where one knows that your theory or your idea is the truth. Or at the very least, it's a usable theory that one can bond with, and that can and will have meaning and application in one's life. So just sort of to recap here about this fundamental concept that most people don't know, is how your brain processes an initial spark or an idea and moves it from what we call wisdom to knowledge. So wisdom is that initial flash. Then understanding is when you have worked out that initial flash to some sort of understanding where you can translate it into words and letters and numbers, so that eventually other people can understand it. And then you get knowledge. And what is pure knowledge? Something that you can translate to other people and that you totally, fully believe in a rational and emotional way. So thank you very much for listening and watching my video. And if you're interested in anything else that I sort of think about, you can come to my blog at scribblepr.wordpress.com. Again, that's scribblepr.wordpress.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.